Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Well, today started out to be a really nice sunny day. I did get my motorcycle out. I got it out for a little while and was able to get it up to Harley and figure out what I needed to do for my brakes. The housing component for my brakes and my ABS started to leak, so I have to get a new housing unit and some new cables. No biggie. Not a big deal. Going to keep the bike on the road, and then I'm going into town and there's an accident, so it's all backed up. That happens, right? So I was like, gives me a little bit of an opportunity to come on here and try to explain what I think we're going to do going forward on the channel. Now, this might interest some people and it might not interest people. It's all dependent on where you are in your program and in your recovery. And I know there are a lot of people on the channel that really appreciate a heartfelt message coming from the heart, not scripted, not quoting everybody else. And I feel like we do a lot of that on this channel. We do a lot of reading from the 24 Hours a Day book, which it's recovery literature, and it's based in a spiritual program. But I think we need to get away from working those steps as a whole, like the 12 steps. Let's whittle them down, and let's break them down into 6 steps. So our first step that we're going to work on today, and while I wait in traffic, I can kind of recall some of the stuff that we talked about earlier in my video that I posted about the 6 steps, but we're going to try and tackle this as a simpler process, okay? We're going to narrow it down to a simpler formula, okay? So step 1 is complete deflation. So in our other step, we're pretty much, admitting that we're powerless, right? And that we need help. Okay, so complete deflation looks different for everybody. That looks different for you as it would me, and maybe our rock bottoms might be similar. It took me going to jail for about 8 months and coming down off methamphetamines, alcohol, and narcotic opiates all at once while in jail, while trying to survive, trying to stand up for myself, not be weak, and I'm going through all that stuff in jail. And so rock bottom for me was really sitting in jail, not knowing when I would be able to get out, and not knowing if I would be able to survive in jail, right? In that kind of environment. It was pretty rough at first because I was pretty weak. I didn't have a lot going for me. I had nobody in my corner. But then as time progressed, there were a few people in my family, mainly my sisters on my dad's side, who reached out to me and said, hey, we're willing to help you get out of jail if you're willing to go to treatment and get yourself right and do all that. And so I did have a help after a little while to get bailed out of jail and go and enter into treatment. And then the rest is history, you guys. I was able to be completely deflated, admit utter defeat, and come at this sobriety thing from a new angle. So I've been clean off illicit narcotics for almost 13 years. So we count it on August 10th, it'll be 13 years. And so I've had that time away. We've had that gap from that complete deflation, but the initial rock bottom complete deflation. But if we're talking about it every single day and having an ODAT, a one day at a time mindset, right? We get that from our program as well, that it's best suited for me and you and anybody that's working a program to have it be day to day, to have it be something that you can, recall every single day. So today I know that I need to be completely honest with myself. And if I'm working the first step, I would be completely deflated, defeated, deflated, beat. I'm down in the dumps, rock bottom, right? That's when we reach up and we grab our step 1 and grab a hold and we say, okay, I need something else. I need something more, better, and more substantial and more effective than what I was doing. So what has gotten me here was my best thinking, my best behavior, but what's going to get me out of here is a reliance and a complete deflation of myself, my ego. We need to be humbled. We need to be shown the way, right? Amen. So in that complete deflation, right, we admit we're powerless and that our lives had become unmanageable. And so we need help, right? So that's number 1. Number 1 is we need help, and we need to admit it. So we need to come to an agreement with ourselves and with this power greater than us that we're going to find in our steps that we can't do it alone, and we need you. Thanks, guys.